You know what I'd say is one of the most draining parts of being a streamer? And to some of you guys, this isn't even going to seem like an issue. I'm trying to think of like the nicest way to say this. Do you guys want me to be like 100% honest with you? So I gotta preface it by just saying that like I put a lot of effort into like communicating with my audience, you know, having a back and forth conversation, right? If chat says something or asks me a question, I answer it and I give them a follow-up question, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if it's because I'm on YouTube or because I've made a lot of Fortnite content and that's generally a younger audience. It's not most people in chat, what I'm about to say. This only applies to a very small portion of people. There's so many times I look over at chat and I read the dumbest shit I've ever read in my entire life. And they're like, whoever says it is dead serious about it. And I have to answer it or respond in a really mature, like proper way. But some of the shit that I read, dude, is like, it's not even necessarily that it's dumb. It's just like, I don't even know how to respond. And I think most of it, I try to practice, I try to exercise my patience because I know that most of the time it's just like immature kids or, you know, they just don't understand that it's like an annoying thing to say, right? I think one of the things that stresses me out the most or annoys me the most, kids in my chat will ask a question and then I'll answer the question and then they'll continue to spam it like 5 or 6 more times, which lets me know that they never really cared what my answer was. They just wanted my attention. You know what I mean? Like some kid will spam like, hey, what do you think is better, Fortnite or Minecraft? I don't know. And I know that's such a, like, as far as issues go and things to complain about when it comes to a job, it's a small thing in the grand scheme of things, but I deal with it every day. Dude, some stuff I read in chat, like I'm trying to communicate with people and like have interesting conversation. I know there's some mods in the chat that definitely know what I'm talking about. Some people that are in here every single day that have to deal with just the dumbassery that can be live stream chat sometimes. And to be honest with you, I know I said it before, but I don't really think it has anything to do with YouTube. I don't think this is a YouTube exclusive thing. I think it definitely doesn't help that it's on YouTube because, you know, on Twitch, there's a bit more of a Twitch culture aspect, whereas like on YouTube, there isn't really a whole lot of that. And I make a lot of content that's predominantly for a younger audience. So there's a lot of younger kids watching too. I think a lot of streamers deal with it though, regardless of whatever game you play, especially like streamers that are on a much larger scale than me. I feel better every now and then when I open up like a big Twitch streamer's stream, like Tim the Tatman, and I just see some of the like dumbest questions in chat that I've ever seen in my entire life. Or it doesn't even really have to be dumb. It just has to be annoying. I don't know. I think as a streamer, you have to read some weird shit every now and then. I think that's just part of the gig. I think that's just how it goes down. Yeah, and like I said before too, you can't get mad. Like you genuinely can't get mad at the kids that ask those questions because they're probably just super excited if you read their comment or if you just give them attention or just read their name, you know, and I totally get that. When I was that age and I would go into a live stream of somebody who I really liked, that's all I wanted too. So I sympathize and I try so hard to practice patience. And I think for the most part, I do a pretty good job. But dude, there's sometimes I see comments in chat and I look at it and mentally I'm just like, I'm not dealing with that right now. I think one of my favorite types of questions too, or favorite types of comments are the comments that like the person who's leaving it thinks they're leaving a compliment, but it's like a backwards insult. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I'm being vulnerable here when I tell you guys this. I think the comments that get under my skin the most, if I'm being honest, are the comments that come in and are like, hey man, how can you have 1 million subscribers but only X amount of people watching, like only 200 people watching or 100 people watching or whatever. Those comments just like burn a hole in my heart, man. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It's just because it's already stuff that I'm like insecure about when it comes to the success of my channel. It eats me alive, man, and it shouldn't, but it really gets under my skin. The worst is reading those comments, and then if I can't take it, I have to call the person out by name and say, hey man, you know, that's just kind of a rude thing to say. Can you just not say that? Blah, 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 blah. And then the worst is when they backpedal and they're like I really wasn't trying to be rude. I was just stating the obvious. It's those kids that think that just like blunt, brutal honesty is just the way to live. Like that's the equivalent to me walking down the street and I see someone with a big nose and me going out of my way to stop him and say, hey man, you got a fat ass nose. Can you smell things from the half a block away? Or comments that are like, hey man, I used to love watching your content. It sucks that you fell off so hard. I want to believe that they're genuinely as hurt as I am, but I don't think they are. Just down bad, bro. Just down infinitely bad. Again, in the grand scheme of things, just in life in general, it's not a huge deal. I think it just gets to you though when it's like what you deal with because I try to live stream every single day. So when it's every single day that I'm dealing with comments like that, it could just, eventually I'm going to have to address it. Like most times I'm going to ignore comments like that. And that's why it looks so bad when I finally address the comment, because it's just so much built up anger that led to that moment of me finally answering it. And to be fair too, the kids who leave comments like that where like they think it's not that big of a deal, or they leave a clown emoji that says only 200 viewers or blah, blah, blah. In their head, they may really genuinely see that as like an innocent comment. They may really think that they're not being that mean. Like, haha, just teasing or whatever, which is kind of fair. And I have to give them that benefit of the doubt because they don't understand that that's something that I'm like really struggling with. That it's something that's just really sinks its teeth into my skin that I deal with every single day. They may just think that it's a harmless tease. And I guess that's what I like to believe. I like to tell myself that they're not actually being or trying to be malicious when they leave comments like that. So when I calm myself down, like I said, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt with that. Still doesn't make the comments sting any less just because you know it's true. And I've said that before on stream too. It's funny. Most of the criticism comments that you get on stream that really get under your skin are the ones that you kind of know deep down are true. And I've said this before. Like if somebody came into my stream and was like, hey man, you're stupid. I'd be like, okay. Like I know I'm not dumb. So there's no point in me getting mad about that. But if they say something or highlight something about me that I'm already insecure about, then I'm more likely to just lose my shit with it. So finally, I think that's the end of my rant.